Welcome to storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Will kick off first, and here we go. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Here's James Peoples to begin the drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Takes the handoff. It's Martin. Maybe some room here. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Makes the grab. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Offense just trying to get the ball to their receiver quickly out in space to the perimeter of the field, but how about the speed of the linebacker? Able to close and make that tackle. That's impressive.
To throw, it's Beck. Moves around to clear up the vision. Makes the grab. Hard-hitting tackle.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the 1st.
The Nittany Lions, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Caught in the backfield, it's Sowell. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And they're able to get him on the ground.
And nice job by the defense. Understanding 2nd and short, they're playing run. You can see super physical, now forcing the 3rd down and short.
They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. Calls his own number. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. 4th down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. Coming out with it, it's Cunningham. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running behind that left side. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
To the air on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got an open man. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top as we get a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Using his legs, it's Lacey. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Ole Miss. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option.
You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think
there's a crease. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
how many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job.
Unleashes one deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Quarterback making adjustments. The give to the lone running back. There he goes. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
Well, I'll tell you, when you start a game as well as this guy did on the opening drive, you're going to earn more touches later. And finally, they hand it off to him here on the second drive. But he's really shot out of a cannon in this game. We really like the way he's running right now. He's running hard. He's running with authority. They need to keep giving him the football.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
On the ground, it's Martin. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Nittany Lions really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They want to think this 3rd and 1 play over, and they'll use a timeout here. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's a give to Peoples. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Man, this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
The Nittany Lions kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
The Nittany Lions go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll move the tight end. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. We got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too. Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And he's in! Touchdown, Penn State!
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Cunningham. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Alexander. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a run.
Back to throw time, running short in the half. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Dropping back, it's Beck. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Peoples. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. On the run, it's Martin. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Now, there is a flag down on the play, but when you knock through a field goal from that distance and you're not going to get the first down, I think you just keep your points. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start with the Texas State Bobcats taking on the number 21 team, the Boise State Broncos. And it's Texas State setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. Two teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. And this one gets them to 5 wins on the year, which isn't cause for a campus-wide celebration, but it's proof the coaching staff is getting through to this team. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Right down the middle. Makes the catch. It's Odom. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be one.
Throws toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, they decide to stay aggressive. 4th and long in field goal range. They decide not to kick the field goal instead, put the trust in their quarterback and targets, and they come up with a big play, setting up 1st and goal.
A first down run in the red zone. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. They're working that left side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The give to the back. Picks up the first down. Could be an alley.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
Got his man downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Takes a handoff. It's Hansen. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He'll give it to people. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Now on the move. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's fourth down. Looks as if he's going to run it. Here's a little room there. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. No hesitation on that call, and no reason not to go for it on 4th and inches.
We're bigger than you, we're tougher than you, we're stronger than you, and we're going to get a push, and they did it right there.
Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Looking to pass. It's back. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw for it. Bringing the heat. Trying to buy time. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. It's Cook. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
To the air on first down. Rushes on him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's taking the shot. Makes the grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. A run for the quarterback. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And after that penalty, the defense is almost out of real estate to defend. It's 1st and goal on the 1. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Oh, it's just such a missed opportunity for this offense. It's 3rd and 1, and you're trying to trick the defense by taking a shot. Defense dials in the blitz, but you just like to think.
Makes a catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Turning it on! He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Really nice job by the running back here in the 4th quarter, picking up that 1st down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their 1st. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the 1st down. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. They're going to ride this running back, finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Gonna run it. It's Wallace. Maybe a crease. He's brought down, but enough to move the sticks one more time and to move this game into the win column.
Man, the nicest thing in sports to have is to be able to rely on the run game, to have the lead and be able to run that clock out. Just watch it tick, and the defense can do nothing about it. And that right there gets it done. Leaning on the ground game. And Jesse, I don't know about the clock, but that thing's about to run out.
And that's really the identity of this offense, too. They are going to be physical.